Okay, it's the next morning. It's cold in here, about 38 degrees. I got both my heaters going, and I'm going to start shaping this handle. First, I'm going to trim the pins. Actually, there's not even enough there to put it on my bandsaw, so I'll grind them down. I'll have to go slow so they don't get too hot and heat the G-Carta up. All right, let me get to cleaning this up, and then we'll make a handle out of this. Well, that's the beginning of a very nice handle. Got a whole lot of hand sanding to do, but I used my belt, my 1x42, to do much of the shaping. And this belt is toast, and that belt is toast, because even my erasers won't take that stuff off. So there's two more belts that I ruined over G-Carta. And you know, I've used other synthetics, and this other synthetics that I've used don't do this to my belts. Plus, if they do gum it up a little bit, my eraser takes it off. The eraser won't even touch this stuff. I have no idea what kind of resin he uses in these and why it's so different than the other resins, but this is the last G-Carta I'll be using. This is going to be red, white, and blue, but it's going to darken up some, just the nature of sanding and heat. All right, let me start the hand sanding process. I still haven't tallied up. I'm still waiting for votes to come in on this new style BC Special. Only a few people have actually voted, but that's okay. So I'm gonna put this off probably, you know, by the time, okay, I got the heater on in my leather shop, so I'm gonna make this handle, then I'm gonna make the sheath, and that'll be this afternoon. So by this afternoon, I'll have enough people voting that I'll be able to get an idea of what the consensus is on this, the pins, and the finish of that knife, whether it's going to be mirror polished or satin finished. Okay, let me get the hand sanding. All right, now we buff. Back in a minute. All right. All right, now we go and make a sheath. I knew this would darken up. All right, I'm gonna make a sheath, and then by the time the sheath is done, it'll be later afternoon. It's about noon right now, so it'll be 3 or maybe 4, and I will tally the votes on the BC Special that I've kind of altered a little bit, and tomorrow I'll work on that. So tomorrow, depending on whether polished or satin is voted on, I should have that in the tempering oven and the forge, heat treated, and in the tempering oven before the day's out tomorrow. We'll see. But this I'm going to finish today. I'm going to go make a sheath right now. Okay. All right, let's see how that knife is going to look in there. Yes, sir. Okay. 165. If anybody wants it, let me know. Now I'm going to go sit in my other shop and I'm going to tally up the votes and see what we're going to do with the modified BC Special. All right, I've tallied all the votes. Oddly enough, just after all the polls closed down, we had a whole bunch of votes show up. I'm kidding, of course. So, 2 votes for leather. Brass is definitely the winner. Satin finish is the winner. And there's no winner for wood. So I'm gonna kind of like use my own. So far the winner 1, 2, 3, and 8. So 1, 2, 3, and 8. So I'm going to pick. Jeez. Since this is going to be a satin finish, so it's likely going to be a using knife. People probably don't use their mirror polish knives. Although, I know a guy who bought my Texas Rumble and he skinned a hog. So they do get used. And incidentally, let me just mention this before I forget. A guy I know has, I think it was a dinner skinner that had developed some, it was a polished dinner skinner that had developed some micro dots of rust. And let me tell you about these polished finishes. You got to keep them covered with wax because your fingerprints and exposure to moisture, it's high carbon steel. I mean, it takes care. You got to keep them coated with wax, and when you handle them, you got to wipe your fingerprints off. You know, the same thing with a satin finish. Eventually, the satin finish is going to acquire a patina. Not rust, but a patina. Different thing, you know. It darkens with age. And that's just the nature of carbon steel. So, I'm glad I said that. So, I do like the desert ironwood for a good working knife. But then again, this is my first one with a new fishtail on it. I don't know. I still got a while. I'm not to the handle point yet. I got a few more days to go. As a matter of fact, I may get it heat treated and in a tempering oven today. So yeah, actually, I could get to, since this is satin finish, I could get to putting handles on tomorrow. So here you go. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Since these won over those. Alrighty. See you tomorrow. That's it for today. I'm going to finish this knife up. I'm at 400. I'm going to go to 600. Then I'm going to heat treat it, put it in the tempering oven overnight, and come in early in the morning and probably temper it a second time and get that warp out, because I'm going to put it in my straightening jig tonight, and tomorrow I'll come in and retemper it again, and this time with some shims. Okay, have a good Tuesday, y'all, and I'm having fun out here again, especially since I cleaned it up. See you tomorrow.